What's going on, YouTube fam? Happy holidays. We just passed Thanksgiving, so I hope you all had a blessed holiday. For those of you who don't really celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you had a cool, relaxed off day. If you weren't able to have an off day, I hope you just have, I don't know, let's just get into the video, okay? All right, you guys, we are back talking all thing Juicy J. The hustle continues. This is, I believe, his sixth solo album, and he's still going. Like, there's still something in this guy. I do like that he kind of switched over to his producer bag. He produced like a lot of the songs on his own album, and what better way to capture your own sound than to create it yourself? So that really worked for him. He really put a lot of effort into this album. It wasn't rushed. I don't know when he had this completed, but this is a really solid piece of work. He has a song where he kind of sends a RIP out to all of our fallen rappers, like the Nipseys and our Mac Millers and just all of our other fallen soldiers. And that was a pretty solid, respectful tribute to those guys. He's still very much talking about doing drugs and stuff, doing all his drugs. That's just what Juicy J does. He's honest about it, so you can't be mad at him for that. He even kind of talks about how things were in the 90s. I think he was saying that he used to, like, the women back then were just grope him and so forth. It's like really interesting to hear his perspective on rap during the 90s and then compare it to rap now. It's crazy because a lot of us, those are our like moms and stuff back then who could have been those women. So it's just crazy to hear his perspective. Still just going strong after all these years. What I enjoy about Juicy personally is his flow. He has a really calm, collected, smooth thought. Like his flow just goes really well on his beats. He has like that hyper flow. He can kind of bring you up. Like yeah, like his ad libs and everything he does just so pieced together. It's like really a hard thing to explain, but when you have over 20 years in any profession, let alone rap, you just can't go wrong almost. Like you just get better. And I believe Juicy J is definitely a product of that. He's been getting better, hasn't taken a day off. He sounds just as good as he did when I was a little kid. Like I first heard him rap when I was probably maybe 4 or 5, and he still sounds the same, man. He sounds the exact same. That is just amazing. Talk about longevity. There should be a picture of Juicy J next to longevity. It was a very solid album. He had some really noble features. He had like a few songs with Logic. He had Meg Thee Stallion. He had NLE Choppa, who had an awesome verse. He had Lil Baby, 2 Chainz, ASAP Rocky, Conway the Machine, J-Rock. If you don't mess with J-Rock, you are missing out. J-Rock is super underrated. Young Dolph, who was also pretty damn good. Like Young Dolph is a smooth listen at any time. And he even had Key Glock, like showing love to these Tennessee artists, man, who kind of listened to him growing up. It's like, it's just all coming together. So I didn't really have anything negative to say to it. Like I'm even always really critical of Meg Thee Stallion sometimes. And Meg Thee Stallion had a pretty good verse. I can't lie to you. I can't say that it was forced. It sounded really good. Like the verse actually blended well with the song. I think she was on the track. It was her and Ty Dolla $ign. That whole song was just pretty good. So I think you guys should definitely check it out if you haven't. This is a pleasant surprise. 2020 is almost over, and Juicy J just came back just to remind people that he's still very much relevant. I do want to see him work with some more people because I'm always excited to see the older generation and the younger generation come together and make like some dope ass tracks. So I want to see him definitely get back on this feature thing. Oh, I forgot Wiz Khalifa. How could I forget Wiz Khalifa? Wiz Khalifa was on the album as well. He had a pretty solid verse, and Yeah, man, this was a pretty solid album. This was, I think, his first album since 2017. So it took about 3 years off to do his thing. He came back with an album. So it's pretty. I think it's pretty good. It's been a really good year for hip hop, you guys. 2020 hasn't been the best for everyone else, but hip hop, we've had some great projects be released, and we still have about 30 days or so to go until we get to December. So we'll see who else is next to drop. But guys, this album gets a thumbs up from me. Let me know what you guys think about it. Did you guys like it? Did you listen at all? Did you think it was trash? Do you think you could have done something different? Like, give me your feedback. Let's talk about it. And I'll see you guys next time. As always, thanks so much for watching. Peace.